Do you remember NASCAR bashers? If you were a kid who loved NASCAR in the 2000s and early 2010s, you probably remember these little plastic cars that you could smash into each other. They were everywhere. Toy stores, Walmart aisles, birthday presents, and even the floor of your bedroom after recreating the crash from last Sunday's race. But those toys were just a tiny part of what made growing up in NASCAR in this era so special. Because if you were a kid back then, NASCAR wasn't just something you watched on Sundays, it was everywhere. In the 2000s and early 2010s, NASCAR felt massive. Drivers like Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, and Tony Stewart, they weren't just race car drivers, they were full-blown celebrities. You would see them in commercials, on cereal boxes, video games, and even in movies. And I personally remember when the gas station nearest to my house sold diecasts. They had a whole wall in the back of their store that had a big display case, and it had the lights in it. And they would sell 124 diecasts. They would even sell Elite Arc. They would sell 164 diecast. NASCAR was literally booming. Every kid at school had their favorite driver, and if someone liked a rival driver, that was basically grounds for an argument at the lunch table. It felt like everybody in the country was turning their TVs onto the race every single Sunday. And as a kid, that made it feel like you were part of something huge to be able to watch those races. For a lot of kids, the first real connection to NASCAR didn't even come from watching races. It came from the toys. Those NASCAR bashers were perfect for recreating wrecks. You'd set them up on the floor and smash them together and create your own version of the big one. And then there were video games. Games like NASCAR Thunder 2004, 2003, Dirt to Daytona on the PlayStation 2, they made you feel like you were part of the sport. You could race as your favorite driver, you could create your own team, build your own cars, upgrade your cars, and everything felt so immersive and so in detail. It really made you feel like you were part of the sport yourself. And for a lot of kids who grew up watching NASCAR that grew into NASCAR fans as adults, this taught you some of the technical aspects such as pit crew strategies, drafting, tire wear, car management, fuel saving, and all the other things that go into NASCAR. Those games honestly turned NASCAR into something even bigger than just a race on a TV. Back then, Sundays just felt different. You knew exactly what was coming. The pre-race show would start, the drivers would get introduced, and that familiar sound of stock cars would fill the room. And when the green flag dropped, the entire afternoon revolved around the race. And although my girlfriend may not appreciate it too much, that habit I learned as a kid of the Sundays revolving around the race still carries on today. Tracks like Daytona and Talladega always delivered the type of racing the kids and very drunk adults loved. You had huge packs of cars, massive crashes, and unforgettable last lap passes. And as a kid, even if you didn't understand every strategy call or everything that was said over the broadcast, you knew when something big and important was happening, and those moments stuck with you. Another reason being a NASCAR fan as a kid in this era felt so special was the personalities. The drivers didn't hold back. They weren't obligated to not say certain things about how they felt because of sponsors or teams. And the rivalries, they felt real. When someone got moved out of the way for the win, you knew there was going to be some sort of confrontation or fight after the race. And fans had very strong opinions about these drivers. If you were a Dale Jr. fan, you stuck with him no matter what. If you were a Tony Stewart fan, you stuck with him no matter what. The point is, fans were tied with their drivers back in the day. And if someone rooted for a rival driver, you're definitely going to let them hear about it. But that passion was what made the sport so fun to follow in the first place. Every race felt like another chapter in a much bigger story. Looking back now, it's easy to realize why so many fans feel nostalgic about that era. Being a NASCAR fan as a kid in that time meant playing with NASCAR toys on your bedroom floor, racing your favorite drivers in video games, racing and wrecking your rival drivers in video games, of course, and spending Sunday afternoon with your family watching cars race for the win. You know, it wasn't just about the races. It was about the entire experience of being a fan. And for a lot of us, those memories are the reason we still love NASCAR today. But I'm curious, what do you remember the most about being a NASCAR fan growing up? Was it the toys? Was it the games? Was it a specific race or driver that got you hooked on the sport? Or was it something completely different? You guys make sure to let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy nostalgic NASCAR content like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I have a lot more coming up. I have a lot more stories to tell and a lot more memories to unlock. I hope you enjoyed the video, and God bless.